Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. You know, one of the things I really love about my Cricut Maker is the adaptable tool system. And it's particularly because I'm a paper crafter primarily, I particularly like the tools such as the scoring wheel and also the new perforation and wavy blades, or the tips that work with the housing for the adaptable tool system. The reason why I like the scoring tool and the others, of course I love them, but the scoring tool is most useful to me because I do a lot of SVGs that I download from different sites. This one is a watermelon basket, and it's free and it is available at Dreaming Tree. But one of the things that I've noticed is with SVGs from designers other than Cricut designers is that they often have to improvise when they are giving you their SVGs. And one of the ways that they do that is that I'm going to get real close so you can see it, but in order to make the curve of this, they often have to put in these lines in their dashes, right? Which that works pretty well. However, the one thing you can notice about this is that it kind of breaks the paper. And I'm going to give you an example right here too. This one here, it breaks the paper and it gives a kind of, if you have a core, like a white core in there, it causes, there's sort of an inconsistency in the way that it looks. Well, thankfully, you are able to, if you have a Maker and a scoring wheel, or if you have a Cricut Explore and a Scoring Stylus, you can still make these wonderful free SVGs and simply replace the dashed things that help you to score it. And you really do need to be able to score those, but you can replace them with what's called solid scoring lines. Now I want to show you, let's do side by side here. You can see there's a big difference in the way that the machine has worked. This is with the scoring wheel, and this is with the dashes that you get. So today I'm going to show you how to make that change in your Cricut Design Space canvas, okay? This is with an SVG that you've downloaded and then uploaded it to Design Space. So I'm going to show you how to do that with this particular SVG. I don't really need to show you how to assemble it. I just want to show you how you're going to be making that change in Design Space so that you can create a finer line, a more polished look to your SVG. So stick with me and I'll give you a little briefing on how to do that. So here we are doing this download of this watermelon snack bowl, which is an SVG from Dreaming Tree, okay? And just if you could see here, this is how they've separated. This is a PDF, which gives us the instructions and a list of materials that we need. The JPEG is just an image. Oh, we look at that. It's probably, yeah, there's the image, but we're gonna go back, and what we're gonna do is we're going to, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna go to the SVG. Now, in this particular case, we have 4 different pieces of SVG. There's black, that's the glitter for those watermelon seeds, and then there's the grass, which this is the main piece. And you'll notice here, if I can get closer, this is the part that has the dashed lines to help with the scoring. But what we want to do is go back to, see, solid score lines. You see there's a folder here, solid score lines, and we want to find this one, which is the same thing, but with solid score lines. And then we will go ahead and choose that one. And we just go through the motions of, saving it. And then we're going to pull it into our canvas. All right. I happen to have an extra one in there. Let me get rid of that one. Okay. So you're not done. You're not ready to cut this yet, because right now these solid score lines are going to show up as cuts. See right here, it shows cut. So you need to, wait, let me make sure I'm in the right place here. Okay, so see, it shows cut right here. All right, so what we want to do is isolate that, or click on it, right? And we're going to go over here to line type. And we're going to choose score. It doesn't necessarily, it actually looks kind of like the dash things, but don't have any fear, because you can see over here, right? It shows as scored. The next step that you have to do is you have to highlight the entire thing and attach those solid score lines together. Then you're able to go ahead and cut it. Now, in this case, I'm going to use my Cricut Maker, right? And once I select, let me just make sure. Once I select the mat and my paper, and also in this particular case, because I'm using the Maker, I'm going to be using this scoring wheel with, let me see if I get it nice and close, with the 01 tip. Okay, you use the 01 tip when you're scoring something like a plain cardstock, but you'd swap out the 01 tip for the 02 tip if you were using to cut things like glitzy paper, glitter paper, shiny paper, things that are sort of prone to cracking more. So in this case, we're using this. So we're going to go ahead and cut this, but first we're going to score it. So let's get this going on my machine. It's going to allow me to do this. Okay, it is. And we're going to go ahead and put this in. Hope I can do it with one hand. There we go. And I want to just go back over here and show you that, look, I have the single scoring wheel. It's telling me to put in the single scoring wheel, and also that I'm going to need the fine point blade. So I do not have my single scoring wheel in my machine, so I have to take it out. Take out my regular blade, and then I'm going to take my scoring wheel fitted with the single or the 01 tip. Remember, fits in there really snugly. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn my machine on, and it will go through the process of scoring the paper instead of using the dashes that you often see from outside designers. So it's just it's a tiny technique that once you learn it, it will become second nature to you, and it will make your finished product look so much more polished, more professional. So it's a useful thing to learn. The other thing that I want to just add is if you are using an Explorer Air machine, which I do have and I use on a regular basis, you can use, and I'm looking for it right now, but you can use what's called the stylus, the scoring stylus it's called. I can't seem to find mine right now, but the scoring stylus is what you use in the Explore machine instead of the scoring wheel. So this is just it's just a machine difference. Using the stylus goes into this clamp versus being on this side. Okay, and that's all there is to that. Isn't that easy? I'll put my blade back, and now it's going to cut. So it did all the scoring, and now it's going to cut the outline of the bowl, and it goes fairly quickly. Might as well stay with it to show you how it ends up being. So remember, if you have an Explore, I would suggest that you have the Scoring Stylus. That is really just works out really well if you have an Explore machine. But if you have the Maker, I would highly recommend that you use the scoring wheel. Now, interesting point, you can use the Scoring Stylus with the Maker. You just need to make that distinction when you're choosing the blades in your, when you go to cut it, when you choose the customize the blades and what have you, you can make the choice of saying Scoring Stylus. But I don't really know why you would do that as long as you had the Maker and that scoring wheel, which is just like super fun. So here we go. That's it. And there's our finished, let me just take this off. And there is our finished scored, rip it. But you see how the score is so much cleaner. It doesn't break the paper. Even when you do this, it really just allows you to bend it. And you're not going to get that core inside white, which most papers do have that inside white core. So there you go. So wasn't that really simple? That's a great thing about these new Cricut machines, the Explore family as well as the Maker, is that they allow you to download and then upload SVGs, and there are free SVGs available all over the internet, and so you just have to know how to work around them or work around the parameters that are set for the designers so that you can produce something that looks really polished and finished like this product. Thanks for stopping by today. My name is Rita, and this is my YouTube channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. Thank you for coming. Please, if you haven't already, I would love it if you could subscribe. And if you do subscribe, leave me a thumbs up and a comment. I'd really love to hear that. If you're watching this on Facebook, like my page so you'll continue to get these videos right on your notifications. Thanks so much for coming today, and have a great day.